Hello, everyone. I am Omri. Every week, I read the New Testament with Kazue-san and Koshi-san. Now we are at Matthew. I believe that Judaism and Christianity believe in the same God. I am very interested in the teachings of Jesus because I think they are full of love. I still don't know if Jesus is the Messiah or not, but I would like to continue reading the New Testament to deepen my understanding. The other day, I heard about the message you discussed on Sunday about the day the temple fell. I would like to talk about it too. In Judaism, we have a strong tradition of telling events and stories from mouth to ear, without writing them down. A lot of Jewish studies are in that way. So there are specific type of stories called Agadah in Hebrew. Agadah is a story about important people or events in the history of the Jewish people. And these stories tells us a lot about the ways Jewish lived hundreds of years ago. Of course, many of these Agadah stories are influenced by the Bible itself. Today I want to discuss a story that details the reason for the destruction of Jerusalem and the Second Holy Temple. And after that, I want to take a look at the teachings of Jesus of the temple. The story I'm about to tell is very famous, and its name is Kamsa and the Bar Kamsa. Once there was a rich person, and he prepared a great feast and invited all of the important people of Jerusalem. He asked his servant to invite Kamsa, his friend, because he loved him very much. The servant invited Bar Kamsa by accident, whom the master hated. The man demanded Bar Kamsa to leave, and embarrassed him in front of the town. Bar Kamsa offered to pay for his food, but the man refused and sent him away. Bar Kamsa was so humiliated and was furious with the Jewish Levites that were there and didn't help them because they were comfortable. Bar Kamsa decided to go to the Roman emperor and tell him the Jewish people were rebelling and that he should take care of them. This story has two main lessons. The first is that people were filled with so much hatred to each other that they were willing to humiliate one person in public or one another and even lie so that they can get their enemies killed. Secondly, the Levites, the Jewish leadership, didn't take any action to stop both people, and that led to a lot of destruction. Jesus lived in this just before the destruction of Jerusalem, around the same time, and he had a lot of things to say about the temple and the hatred of people. For example, in Romans 12:3, it is said, "For the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. For us, for as in one body we have many members, and the members do not at all have the same function. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members of one another, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Let us use them, and prophecy in proportion to our faith." Here we learn that we are all part of God's plan, and that we are all blessed by God, and we all share the same human connection. Jesus preached for loving your neighbor and understanding that we are all equal, loved, and we should all work together in unison to make the world a better place. Furthermore, in John 4, 日本語で、しかし、誠の礼拝者たちが御霊と臨 真理によって父を礼拝する時が来ます。今がその時です。父はそのような人たちをご人部を礼拝するものとして求めておられるのです。神は霊ですから、神を礼拝する人は、御霊と真理によって礼拝しなければなりません。Here we learn that the importance is to worship from the heart and not from money or title. The Jewish Levites were comfortable in that feast. They were corrupt by goods and gold. And Jesus taught us that gold is not important. When we worship God, we need to worship from the heart by loving the people around you. いつかエルサレムか日本で会える日を楽しみにしています。ありがとうございます。